Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So we're looking at gold today, we're looking at the dollar, we're looking at oil because all these assets are really starting to give us some opportunities, and also the next direction for the signal going ahead, and obviously the opportunities that come along with it as well. So since the NFP numbers were released last week, which was quite a big miss for the American economy and also the Fed, we're seeing gold actually start moving. Dollar was actually declining quite significantly. Over $2 moved off of the dollar index. And also we've seen oil crack $80 for the first time since August. But with that being said, as we look on the early rundown for this week, yesterday and today, the early Asian session, we've seen a bit of a sell-off in gold, over $30 so far. As I said, there's this kind of sell-off happening on the black gold, also known as oil, but the dollar index is making a little bit of a comeback. So let's get right into the charts. So on the daily chart at the moment, we're just seeing gold having, as you can see on the daily chart, from this momentous catapult, over $150 being added to the value of gold. After breaking $2,000, we didn't see much of a confirmation, which is why we saw quite a big resistance area. And now we're seeing, as I said, $30 being wiped off, testing the 1970 level for the first time in a few weeks. So we're seeing a little bit more of a push to the downside. Not too many divergences on the RSI, but if we look on the 4-hour chart, most significantly, as you can see here, we are seeing this heavy resistance just above 2000. Now, when we did break 2000, we did suspect that we weren't going to obviously get these record highs that we saw during the Russia-Ukraine conflict and also during the COVID-19 pandemic. However, looking at the chart now, as I said, $35 being wiped off the value of gold. There is a significant sell-off. On the 4-hour chart, you see all these bearish candles happening. This is pretty much down to the fact that a lot of investors were concerned that we weren't really going to go any higher than the couple of double tops that we saw in the past few days. So with that being said, where do you think gold is going? Possibly we could see another support level. This is a bit of a false spike here, so we'll just be seeing at the moment if we're going to start testing another $5 or $6 to the downside towards the lower regions of 1960 before we see some kind of support and possibly another signal. So if we do see that, then we could see a kind of consolidation pattern between this $30 to $40 area, but obviously it remains to be seen, and we'll let you know all the comings and goings for gold, that's for sure. Now for the dollar index, as you can see, big sell-off in the instrument during the NFP numbers. Obviously over 200,000 was expected. We got 150,000 approximately on the day, but since then, as I said, the early Asian session today and Australian session, we have seen a couple of hopeful retracements for bulls. Especially we had a few dollars wiped off last week. Hopefully we're going to get that back. However, it's not looking likely that we're going to see that today to have another push roughly about the 107 area, so we'll have to wait and see if that comes into play as well. Looking on oil as well, as I said, we've cracked the $80 mark for the first time since August. Now I just want to bring it back briefly because at the moment, as I said, we're just seeing these levels being tested at the moment, $80 being cracked, and we're just waiting to see this vast sell-off. Now when obviously the uncertainty did happen in the market, we got this big move to the upside, and economists were saying that easily $100 is going to be tested very, very soon. But since then, as you can see, wave after wave of pressure has been building on the black gold, and now we are testing $80. So we'll wait and see if that comes into play. Obviously, what are China going to do? What are Russia going to do? What are OPEC going to do for the next few months? Are they going to play around with the price and make sure it drops a bit more before it can possibly catapult back up to $100? If we look on the 4-hour chart, there's not too much in the way of divergences. I'll just remove these drawings so it's a bit easier to see. As you can see, we're kind of stuck on the RSI in a bit of a sideways channel at the moment. Put the wrong indicator, one moment. So we're just stuck in this sideways movement here, but on the chart, as you can see, wave after wave of moving lower, so it could be in this kind of five wave downward impulse at the moment, which could actually start moving towards the lower region of $70 in no time at all. So let us know what you think. We'll keep you up to date with all the comings and goings for the rest of the week for the instruments we've been trading on as well, and we'll keep you up to date on our YouTube and Telegram channel. So have a great trading day ahead. Thank you very much for joining me. Trade responsibly, stick with us, and we'll speak again next time around. Bye for now.